Welcome back, everybody. Joe Everest, the fence expert. We've got another review video set up and ready for you guys. Today's video is called How to Make DIY Cedar Fence Panels with Built-In Lights. I'm pretty excited to watch this one. This is Joe Everest, the fence expert. My family's been perfecting their way of building fence for over 60 years, 3 generations. While there's more than one way to build a fence, I'm here to share with you our way.
Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to make these cedar wood screens. So what we're building today is a privacy screen, and what I've got here is these 4x4 posts spaced about 7 foot apart, and we've got 2 lengths of cedar.
I am really curious to see what's going on with these clamps. That is definitely something I don't know that I've seen before.
Wood battens, which are going to go across here. These are down here at the moment. The idea is to cut these to length, and then we'll put 1/2 centimetre spacing between each one, building our way up to the top. To kick off, what I'm going to do is take off 1 centimetre off of the end of each batten, just because, as you see here, the end of each batten is a little bit frayed.
Yeah, so I like this step a lot. Anytime you're dealing with rough sawn lumber, just sawn lumber in general, that last little bit, you're going to see frayed edges right there on the edge. I like that he's taking a little bit off so he'll have nice square corners and a really nice finished look.
So doing this, we'll have a nice clean edge to start with. Okay, so we just finished chopping off about 1 centimetre off of each batten, so now we've got a nice clean edge to work with. So it's time to cut the first half of the fence to size. So what I've done here is set up a little stop block. So each batten will come up to here, rest against here, and I know this is the perfect distance between the blade and the end.
Yeah, I'd bet he has some experience in carpentry. Looking at how he's got this jig set up, or the fence set up, you can tell he's done this before, and I like that he's taken the time ahead of time to set this whole system up so he knows that each picket is cut exactly at the same width and the correct width.
So all of our battens are now cut to length. The next step is to pre-drill where we're going to stick our holes. Now I've made this out of the offcut from these battens, and all it is a surround around one part, and I've put 2 holes in here exactly where I want my pre-drilled holes to go. So I can just slip this on and buzz through either one of these holes depending on whether it's an outside piece or an inside piece, and then I'll know my pre-drilled holes are in the exact right spot.
I like this a lot, guys. This guy has a lot of it figured out. He's taking the time ahead of time to make sure his project goes exactly right. I like this step a lot also.
So the next step is to oil all of these battens, which we'll do front and back, and we'll put 2 coats on that, and then we'll be ready to put them up. So we've made these little 5mm spacers, and we're just putting these in between each batten to maintain each space. We're running 2 battens running perpendicular to these ones. Those are just to keep the spacing between these ones in case any of these battens want to warp or change over time.
I like that he's putting these supports in. As he mentioned, it helps the pickets resist warp and twisting. It also adds quite a bit of structural support to the panels. Even though that these supports aren't cemented into the ground, they still offer quite a bit of support.
So on these two screens we're going to have two lights, and the wires that are coming out the back I want to go into these channels. So these pieces of wood will sit on the other side of the screen. The wires go through the screen, down this channel, and then off into the plug. So I'm channeling these out by setting my table saw blade to the height of about 5mm. And then I'm just making 4 or 5 repeated cuts, varying the distance away from the blade. Okay, so the channels are all made that are going to attach to the back of these battens. I've also routed out 2 gaps here for the wires to go through. These channels will sit over the top like this and allow the wire to run through them. I've put little holes in the bottom all along, just so that when water gets in here it will be able to get back out again. Next we're going to wire up this light and attach these channels to the back.
It is a very clean install. You know, this is a great example of when you take your time, you know, measure twice, cut once, that sort of thing. The end result is very nice. A nice, clean, finished look.
So what we've done is put this screen in place without screwing it in, and that's so that I can make sure the distance from here to the end of this post lines up with this edge. Being because this post won't be perfectly plumb. So we'll wiggle this back and forth, and then we'll screw another batten across the top when they're both plumb, and then measure that gap again, and then that's the gap, the length that we'll cut the next battens at. And then we just have to repeat the same process as we've done here for this one. So lastly, all we've done is just screw these in with the solid brass screws through the pre-drilled holes, and the job is done.
Guys, I think you did a great job. If you guys have any questions or comments about how you built the fence, if you'd like to give your feedback on the video, be sure to leave those in the comments below. For now, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors.